Hi, my name is Uta Nagel. I'm with Uta Nagel Design. I'm the principal owner and I'm an interior designer here today with Michael Hendrichson. And we're looking at this incredible house that you have built together with James Turr, the architect, who is also here, who will be coming on later. But it's just such a beautiful feeling to be in this house and to be invited today and to see a little bit of what your thoughts were in creating it.
Well, yeah, it's certainly been a wonderful experience living here so far. For the first 6 months.
Oh, so only 6 months?
Yeah, no, I'm still getting used to it.
Wow, so you moved in January?
February, yeah.
February. Unbelievable. So what what inspired you to site this area? Why here? Why in the forest?
Well, I've got about a 10-year history on Bowen Island, and I'd always felt like I'd missed out as the prices were increasing. I kept missing out, you know. And this place came up, and it was beautiful, beautiful forest, had a creek and some ponds, very natural feeling. It was extremely rough. It's got a rock bluff on it. And so I just felt that it really captured, you know, what Bowen Island is, that West Coast feel. That's so important. So I bought the piece of land just prior to leaving for West Africa, and it was my anchor back to the West Coast.
West Coast, yeah. So working here, living here, working in the world, a very good plan. So what was your experience working with James Turr?
Oh, it was excellent. I think the easiest way to describe it for me is when we first met James and we had him come out for the site visit, and as I said, it was very rough. There was, you know, fallen trees in the creek, and James kind of just came out and immediately started pacing the bluff, going back and forth, and I kind of just let him be in his own world because I could tell he was really seeing the possibilities. And one of the things that occurred on that first site visit was we had an idea of how we would like the house situated, and he immediately said, you know, what we really want to do is turn it about 90 degrees and make it face the creek and the ponds and the forest, which is why you bought this house or this land.
Yeah.
And it was an extraordinary moment because I hadn't considered it at all, and it really became the most important part of the design of the whole house in the end. So I really, from the very first visit, I could see the creativity that James had and appreciated it.
So very inspiring for you.
Oh, yeah.
To work with him and to sort of, I mean, it sounds almost like he turned your sort of whole vision around and gave you more than you expected. Could you say that? Yeah,
I think it just opened up the possibilities of what this house could become. And I think also one of the great things that James did is he said, look, I'll get back to you tomorrow. And he sent us a hand-drawn sketch of what the house would look like.
Wow.
And really,
that is rare.
By and large,
that is rare.
This is what we're in now. That hand-drawn sketch really was it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So Michael, what is your sort of feeling now? So you've lived here now, so you've kind of experienced the 3 levels. It's like a tree house, right, in the forest. You're living with the trees, and we were talking a little bit earlier how it feels to actually decompress coming home to Bowen Island into your tree house, and this very elegant tree house with almost the tree house feeling, and to sort of speak a little bit about what is it now, the 6 months have passed, and is there anything that you would have done different, or anything that you think, I'm going to add this, or I'm going to do something else? Well,
I think the important thing is that it's become a refuge for me. And one of the things that I said to James as we were beginning our discussions was, when I'm inside, I want to be outside. Make me feel like that's
and
possible.
We accomplished that.
Yeah, and
in a big way. I would say this is like the closest to the outside.
Yeah, and I think the fact that the house is elevated, we feel like we're up in the trees. you actually really do feel you're a part of the forest. You're not really just looking at it. You're up amongst the trees. And I think it's a unique feeling that this house has. I mean, people who come here say, this is amazing, you're so elevated. It's like you're in the trees, you're living in the trees.
You are.